Well, students, today we are going to discuss the another important topic of MEd, which is guidance. Right? This is the paper 4 under the semester 3rd. Right? So, under the topic of guidance, we will discuss about the meaning, assumptions, objectives, need, and types of guidance. Then we will continue towards the counseling. Right? So, first of all, we have to understand what is the concept of a guidance. Guidance means to lead, to conduct, to regulate, to direct, or to show, to channel, to point out. Okay, to point out, to show the path. It is uh, a little meaning of the guidance. It is guidance is not a assistance. Guidance is more about the assistance, in fact, right? Because some educationist has given the example. You can say that Ruth Strang has said that guidance is a process of helping every individual through his own effort to discover and develop his potentialities for his personal happiness and social usefulness, right? So guys, when we talk about the guidance now, so guidance is not a small word. Guidance is a big word. Okay, suppose somebody falls down and you dust his cloth and other, so this is not a guidance. Being of a teacher, being of a principal, you should know that what was the reason the person has fallen, the student has fallen. Okay, you have to find the root cause of that, right? And unless or until he becomes able to walk, you have to provide such kind of a guidance, right? So it is a big word. Guidance is a process of a helping every individual through his own effort, right? Remember this thing, through his own effort. Means suppose when we talk about the teaching, we have to teach particular topic to the student. Our job is not done by seeing from the book and we started the topic and we are pouring into the mind of the student. This is not a teaching. What is basically teaching? The teaching is that we have to stimulate, we have to arouse the hidden power, learning power of the student, so that student can learn by his own effort. This is called teaching, right? Similarly, guidance is the process of a helping every individual through his own effort to discover and develop his potentialities. Means you have to aware the person, these are your potentialities, you can do this thing. This is a guidance, and this is actually real meaning of education also, for his personal happiness and social usefulness, right? And when we talk about the Secondary Education Commission 1952, what he says about the guidance. Guidance involves the difficult art of helping boys and girls to plan their own future wisely in the full light of all the factors that can be mastered about themselves and about the world in which they are to live and work. So same things he is saying that, right? Means you have to guide the student so that by his own effort, he can get the happiness, he can get develop his potentialities. Woodworth ne kya bola hai when we talk about the Woodworth? Because from these 4 or 5 definitions, the meaning of a definitions would be clear to you, right? Woodworth has said that guidance helps an individual to develop his personality and enables him to serve the society to the best of his capabilities and talents, right? So similarly, guidance is a individualized education. It was said by the Kitson, or A.J. Jones ne bhi ye bola hai. Next, we move to the what are the nature and characteristics of a guidance, right? Guidance is a help given by a person to another in solving problem, right? Guidance is not a making decision. Okay, see this point. This is important. Guidance is not a making decision for an individual which he should make for himself. It is a formal as well informal process. Guidance is usually given by a qualified and trained person. Yes, this is the important nature and characteristics. Not everybody can give the guidance. You have to remember, it is usually given by the qualified and the trained person to develop own point of view of oneself. Right, guys? Guys, if you remember, in your semester 1, okay, the paper 3rd was educational studies, and under this you have learned about the behaviorism and cognitivism, right? So what is a behaviorism actually? Behaviorism came around 1920. The father of behaviorism was John Watson. So what was the meaning of the behaviorism? Behaviorism was a teacher centered, right? The whatever teacher has to say, the student has to obey this. But around 1960, 65 or 70, the new ism cognitivism came. So cognitivism came against the behaviorism. And what was the cognitivism? Cognitivism in relations to teacher. What is the role of a teacher under the cognitivism? Teacher has to work like a facilitator. Teacher should be a, facilitator, a guidance provider. So being of a teacher, you don't think that you don't have to dominate the class. Being of a principal, you don't have to dominate the class and others. You have to provide the guidance, right? How you can provide the guidance? If you have the sound knowledge of the educational philosophy, educational psychology, teaching learning process, which you have done in your previous papers and others. That's why this point says that guidance is usually given by the qualified and trained persons. Not everybody can give the guidance, because for giving the guidance, you should have knowledge, skills of these, all the things, okay, which I just discussed. Guidance is a continuous and a lifelong process for all sphere or walk of life. Guidance is a purposive process in making choices for his adjustment and solving problems, right? You have to help the student to solve his problem. You just only have to help. You don't have to do his work. You don't have to do, homework of other student, right? From that way, you will make the handicap to the student, right? You have to find the root cause. You have to provide such type of a thing by your guidance. He can success in his life by his own effort. This is basically guidance, right? So teaching is not everybody's cup of tea. The role of a teacher is not to teach. The role of a teacher is to guide. The role of a teacher is to teach also. There are, lot of things the teacher has to keep in mind, right? Next, characteristics of a guidance: it enables the individual to take decision, to grow independently, and he is responsible for himself. Guidance stimulates and helps the student to set off worthwhile. It is a process of development. There are people who need help and there are people who can help them. Guidance and teaching inseparable to one another. It converts the reality into satisfaction to himself and benefit to the society, right? I think these are the, easy point. We have discussed, some of the point of a guidance as well as some of the guidance of a Ruth Strang and others. You have to remember, right? We move next to the assumptions of a guidance. What are the assumptions of a guidance? Yeah, principles, you can say. What are the principles? So when we talk about the principles of a guidance, so it involves of principle of a individual differences. Every individual has own abilities, potentialities, and needs. Means you cannot teach by one method to all the class, because in a class there are different kind of students. Okay, some are average, some are below average, some are intelligent. Okay, even not two persons are unique. Even when you talk about the twins, they also have the individual differences. So first principle, first assumption of guidance says that it involves a principle of individual differences. Every individual has own abilities, potentialities, and needs. You have to provide the guidance to every individual according to his abilities, potentialities, and needs, right? Next principle, it studies the individual as a whole. Means physical, emotional, social, and mental structure, right? Guys, if you don't have the knowledge of a physical aspect, if you don't have touch the emotional, social, mental structure, okay, when we talk about the mental structure, so I'm talking about the cognitivism theory. Okay, when I talk about the mental structure, I'm also talking about the theory of a child development given by the Jean Piaget, social development theory given by the Bandura, emotional, physical. So if you don't have the knowledge of these theories of a learning, right, how you can provide the guidance to a student? That's why it was said in the, it was, we have just discussed under the characteristics. Okay, it was given by the expert person. So it studies the individual as a whole, this. Next, it is based upon the democratic principle. Guidance is for all stages, not for few individuals. Guidance implies to cooperative effort in solving the problem of an individual, right? It is continuous or lifelong process for all. Guidance is an integral part of an educational program. Teaching involves guidance. So whenever you are going to teach, don't think that you have to finish your syllabus, your job is done. Don't think that. Don't go with this attitude. Okay. If you are a principal, don't go for, okay, I have given this. Okay, now my job is done. Your job is not done. Okay. Because guidance, counseling, it has become integral part in the educational program. So that being of a teacher, being of a principal, you have to go extra mile, right? So it is a personalistic approach for human development. Because it has cleared that we have come to know that if any nation develops due to the teachers and principals, right? Many times I have given you the, one example of research, paper. I've read from the one research paper, there was a, one village in South Africa. The conditions of the village was very pathetic. Okay, there was no electricity in the school, there was no blackboard, no furniture, and even the survival ratio of the persons are very less. When any persons goes on about 25 age or 30 age, so they die, right? So very few people go up to the age of a 50 and 60. So what happened? One research team went over there. He collected the data of 200 students from the school. Okay. So, situation was so pathetic. And next time they didn't go. Okay. What happened after the 15 years, after the 20 years, new research team, came, when any of the researcher came, PhD persons came, and he has to choose the topic. So how he chooses the topic? He chooses the topic from, first of all, he sees that what are the, previous topics. So when they saw that, 15 years before, some of, my seniors went over there, they collected the data, but they didn't complete this project work. So they started the project work. So after 15 years, when they reached on, that village in South Africa, so they came to know that out of a 200, 138% was alive. Okay, other have dead. And, when they started, identifying and, where they are putting up, so they came to know that many of them, they have become the richest person. They were surprised how it happened. They collected the data, and after collections of a data, they have come to know that the, one common question answer, many was saying that, sir, when we were in the class of 7th, we got a very good teacher. Due to that teacher, many of the persons, they have developed their career. They are on the top of the conditions. Right? So this thing has come to know that every nations, so that's why you have seen that if any of the country is giving more and more budget on the education, they are developing, right? So that's why guidance is and become the integral part of the educational program, because the modern aim of education to develop the personality of the student. So only by the syllabus and co-curricular activities, now we cannot develop the personality of the child, boy or girl. So we have to go extra mile. We have to provide the guidance also. We have to see that in which field they have to go after the 10th, whether he should go into the, science field, commerce field, arts field, right? What are the, educational kind of a guidance we have to keep in the mind, and we have to provide the solutions. What are the, vocational guidance, personal guidance, even teacher has to go personal guidance also. Teacher is a second parent. Right? Second parent of the child, right? So then he has to provide the personal guidance to the student also. Further, we will study under the topic of types of guidance. So there are three types of a guidance: educational, vocational, and personal. Always remember. So what are the objectives of guidance? The objective of guidance is to develop competency to solve a problem related to individual adjustment and social process. Because guy, actually now, sometime now we never know. We start labeling that this student is a very naughty in the class. Actually, this is wrong. Because research says that जो student है ना, student कभी नालायक नहीं होता. Always teacher ही नालायक होता है. Right? Because if the teacher is teaching in the class, suppose he start directly teaching, it's directly announcing his subject and other. So guys, he is a teacher. Teacher is responsible who has killed the reasoning power of the student. Because skill of introducing the lesson under the skill in teaching says that until or unless you don't have to announce your topic, first of all, you have to make the environment by asking some of the questions. You have to, brainstorming of the child. You have to ask, you have to stimulate, you have to prepare the student to learn. Then you have to announce the topic. But what is happening? There is a one syllabus comes in front of the teacher. Teacher goes into the class and start, syllabus. And he or she thinks that I have to cover only syllabus. But due to that, he is the responsible or she is the responsible who has killed the reasoning power of the student. Okay. If the students are not taking the interest in mathematics, so who is, what is the problem? The problem is the teacher, because teacher, we cannot produce the, very good teachers of mathematics and science. Not all, right? But when the good teachers, we say that they make the, bad lecture into a very good lecture, in an effective lecture. So individual adjustment, individual problems, personal problem, educational problems, these all things has to carry in the mind. Once you come to know about the guidance, guidance is a very comprehensive term. Guidance involves the personal guidance, guidance involves educational guidance, vocational guidance. Okay, so you have to provide the guidance to the student at a very first day, up to the 10th class, when the students, leaves the school. Okay, when you talk about the good schools, they maintain the academic record of the student. Side by side, they have the R&D department, right? In the schools, they maintain the academic achievement of the student. Nursery, pre-nursery, 5th class, if he's not getting the good marks, he's not, surviving. So what is the problem? They see that. What is the reason? Then they work on that reason. So destiny of the nation, even destiny of the students are in the hand of the teacher, right? That's why this topic, guidance and counseling, has added in the syllabus, and it has become the integral part of the educational program. Objective of guidance: to assist individual to adjust adequately with the environment. Okay, this is also, you can say, duty of the teacher. Okay, you have to make the individual to adjust with the environment, to provide information about educational, vocational, and occupational informations. Yes. To provide awareness of his potentialities and abilities. You have to recognize the potentialities and abilities of the student. Suppose you are a principal of the school, yeah, you are the teacher of the particular class, and in your class there are 50 students. You should know on your fingertip, these are 50 students. What are their potentialities? In which field they can go? This should be the responsibility of teacher. This is the reason, salary of teacher is very high. When the government came to know that, when the government, come to know that, you have seen that from last 10 to 15 years, only 10 years, okay, salary of the teacher is going to be high, and even this profession is in the profit. When you talk about from the other point of point of view, that because of that, if the teacher is paid well, only then he can provide these all the things. This is the reason when you see the 10th pay commission and 11th pay commission is going on, you see the salary of the one uh, you know two kind of a teacher now, one who teaches from 6th class to 10th class, right? This is called is a one is called PGT and one is called uh, PGT हो गया post graduate teacher who teaches to the +1 and +2. The scale is around, according to the new commission, the scale is around 1 lakh. Okay, when you talk about the B.Ed teacher, so he teaches from 6th to 10th class, the salary is around 70,000. Okay, and the timing is morning 7 or 8 o'clock they have to go, and after 2 o'clock 3 o'clock they come back. But once you compare with the bank employee, whole of the day he works up to the 9 o'clock 10 o'clock, even the male or female, even sometimes Saturday Sunday be they have to go because they have to do a lot of work. So to help him for developing potentiality and abilities, guidance helps in good adjustment in all situation. So these guys, this is all objectives of a guidance. Okay, this is the easy one, and in fact I have discussed, okay, all this thing. Okay, in this is all objectives. Okay, now we talk about what is the need for guidance. So need for a guidance, in every stage there is a need of a guidance. When the baby born, he has to learn, she has to learn a lot of things. He takes the guidance from his parents, from his teachers, from the elders. There are different stages of a development. Infant, after infant, childhood stage come. After the childhood, pre-adolescent stage come. Then adolescent stage come. Then manhood या adulthood stage come. So there is a need of a guidance in every stage. But remember, the most important stage is the adolescent stage. This is the stage where the individual needs the guidance, right? This is the important on the adolescent stage. He needs, a lot of guidance on every step, because this is called the, stress and storm stage, said by the, one educationist. I'm forgetting the name. Adolescent stage is the stage of a stress and storm. So what is the why the need of a guidance? Because of on the different stage, different things we have to do, and on a different things we need a guidance. Difference among persons, yes, there is a individual no two persons are alike, they are different from others, they are not unique. So different persons hai, so they kind of a different kind of a guidance. Career maturity, they need the guidance for the career maturity, educational growth, right? So these are the points where the guidance is needed. And PV Vernon has classified educational vocational abilities. It is very essential. So PV Vernon has specified some of the areas where the guidance is needed: psychological factor, social factor, philosophical, we have discussed, science and technological. Okay, again topic comes need and importance of guidance. Okay, so whatever the needs, whatever we have the needs, jo bhi hai, whatever the points we have discussed, so they have automatically become the importance of the guidance, right? So you just have to remember, because persons go through the different kind of stages like infancy, childhood, pre-adolescent, adolescent, adulthood. So in every stage there is a need of a guidance. I have also said that you should know your child academic achievement, personal, everything from the day one and up to the when he leaves the school, right? So this is the guidance. So guidance is a very comprehensive term, right? So yeah, these are some of the importance of. Okay, now we talk about, this is an important one, right? Many time question comes, what are the types and areas of guidance? So guys, you have to remember, broadly, there are three kind of areas, yeah, types: educational guidance, vocational guidance, or personal guidance, right? These are the main three areas, yeah, types of the guidance, right? Educational guidance, we have already discussed. Okay, different stages ke upar there is a need of a guide to the student. What was the reason he's not surviving? Okay, his academic achievement is not good. What is the reason? So we have to work on those areas. Adjustment problems, education's problem, not understanding the syllabus, okay, not understanding the method. Guys, you have to remember now, if the student is not getting some of the achievement, if he is not getting a good marks, if he is not surviving, so it can be a problem of the teaching method of the teacher. It can be. So being of a teacher, being of a principal, we have to replace the teacher. Okay, so such kind of activity we have to do that. Okay, we don't have to label that this is a naughty, this is a very dumb, his IQ level is low. Okay, na? We cannot say that. Every student is, remember one thing, every student is intelligent. Every student is intelligent. This is the responsibility of the student, teacher, and parents to make the students intelligent, right? That's why now you have seen that in many top level schools, okay, they are giving such kind of a facilities. So educational guidance may also, we have to talk about the elementary stage from first to fifth or eighth class. Okay, such kind, what kind of a guidance needs over there. And at the secondary stage, 10th plus 1 plus 2, okay, so, there is a different kind of a guidance, so that comes under the educational guidance. Okay, next is a vocational guidance. Vocational guidance is a to get the earning, to get the bread and butter. So that's why many vocational courses has added. Like after 10th, you have seen that the in the polytechnic colleges there is a electricity course, plumber course, carpenter course, so that after doing that, after 2 or 3 years, they should be able to earn his livelihood. But in the new education policy, vocational courses has added from the 5th onwards, in fact, right? Because they have come to know that this thing, there is a need of a vocational guidance also. And personal guidance, okay. Personal guidance, okay. Under the personal guidance, the aim of objective should be to assist the individual in understanding of himself. You have to understand his personal problem, and you have to provide the solution to assist the individual in taking independent decision and judgment. Some students, boys and girls, you have seen that they are they feel very low, they are not so intelligent, they are not so blunt and others. So you have to make them so that they can take the independent decisions, independent judgment. These all comes under the vocational guidance. Okay, so that was all about the guidance. We discussed about the guidance, meaning of guidance, definitions of guidance, nature and characteristics of the guidance. Then we discussed about the different types of guidance, need of guidance, and different types of guidance like educational, personal, and vocational. Okay, now we talk about the counseling. What is counseling? Under this, we'll talk about the meaning, nature, characteristics, and approaches, right? Counseling, basically, it is a scientific process of assistance extended by an expert in an individual situations to needy person, right? Counseling is another kind of a comprehensive term, but when we talk about the guidance and counseling, so most of the things are same, guidance and counseling. You can also say that the counseling is a part of the guidance. Okay, but if the student has a personal problem, so then what you will do? The solution is one-to-one counseling. So this is the counseling. So counseling is a part of the guidance. You can say that. The main objective of counseling is to bring about a voluntary change in client. There is a need of a counseling. In the Chandigarh, guys, I just want to tell you, there is a post of one guidance teacher. There is a one diploma after the B.Ed and after the graduation. This is called a postgraduate diploma in guidance and counseling. Okay, the one who does that diploma, PG diploma in guidance and counseling, so then he can get the appointment in the schools also, because they have other. When you talk about the 10 years back, 15 years back, so there was no such kind of a post, even not kind of a guidance and counseling are providing. So even when some schools see that there is a lot of burden on the teachers and others, So they have, created in a UT, I'm talking about the Chandigarh, they have created a one post of a, uh, guidance and counselor. The name of the post is a counselor, right? So, counselor is appointed by the Chandigarh, administration. What is the purpose of a counselor? Means in a one day, he or she has to visit 2 or 3 schools. Okay, he has to go over there, and if the students have, some problem, personal problem, yeah, any kind of a problem, so he takes one-to-one counseling and he provides a solution, right? So sometime, being of a teacher, we have to perform this duty, and sometimes we can take the help of, counselor, because when you see that they are also trained, okay, they have also done the, such diplomas. So Ruth Strang, according to the Ruth Strang, counseling is a face-to-face relationship in which growth takes place in the counselor as well as the counselee. Counselee is the person who needs the guidance, who needs the counseling, and counselor is a, much mature personality. He has to provide the solution of a particular problem. Counseling is a dynamic and purposeful relationship between the two people who approach a mutually defined problem. तो काउंसलिंग भी गाइस वही आई एम जस्ट सेइंग टू यू ना कि गाइडेंस एंड काउंसलिंग almost the points are same. The concept which you have to elaborate, they are same. Means in a guidance we have done that not everybody can provide the guidance. Similarly, not everybody can provide the counseling also. For providing a counseling, you should have a knowledge about, all the methodology in the, guidance and counseling. You should know about the, psychologically, you should know about the philosophically, all the, points that comes under these methodology. You should be aware of that, right? So it is all about written about the counseling. So here we have to understand what is counseling and what is counseling not, right? Counseling is a process that occurs when a client and a counselor, when a counselee and a counselor set aside time to explore difficulties which may include the stressful or emotional feeling of the client. Again, what is counseling? The act of helping the client to see things more clearly, possibly from a different viewpoint. Okay. And what is a counseling? Again, a relationship of trust. Confidentiality is a paramount to successful counseling. Professional counselor will usually explain their policy on confidentiality, right? And what is counseling not? Advice is not a counseling. Okay, we have to learn this thing. Judgment is not a counseling. Attempting to sort out problems of the, you are, some problem of the solving the problem. This is not a counseling. Expecting or encouraging a client to behave as a counselor would behave in confronted with a similar problem in their online. Getting emotionally involved with the client. You have indulged emotionally with the client. This is not a counseling, right? So what is the counseling and how it can help? Okay. So these are all the points. Okay. I have, written here how the counseling can help the, particular persons. And these are the, silent features of the counseling, right? And nature and characteristics of the counseling. Counseling is a highly personal process. It has close contact of two persons. It is a joint quest of counselor and counselee. The counselor brings change in his feeling and emotions. The counselor should have full understanding of his task. It has very intense conversation between the two persons. The interview is basic technique for counseling process. Counseling deals with the problem of abnormal behavior and emotional problems. Counseling releases him from the feeling of inferiority and compulsion. The purpose of a counseling is to make counselee cheerful, to gain confidence, and for social responsibility. Right, guys? Again, you can elaborate. It is a relationship. It involves a repertory of skills, right? A repository of skills. It emphasizes self-help. It emphasizes choice. It focuses on problem of living. Counseling. It is a process. So these all things you can write. Okay, approaches and techniques of a counseling. Okay, you can learn that. Okay, in the otherwise in the next class we can learn, because some of the topics are left. Okay, guys. And last topic is your competence of counselor in the Okay, qualities of a good counselor, right? What are the qualities of a good counselor? So good counselor should be he should have a patience, good listening, observant, warm, knowledgeable, having empathy with the patient, maintaining a therapeutic relationship with the patient, confidentiality, personal integrity, right? So next we are guidance and counseling. So guidance and counseling, no doubt, these are the different part, but counseling is a part of the guidance. Okay. So guidance is a one way. It includes educating, influencing. Guidance is one way exchange. It includes educating, influencing, instructing, and showing the way. It is encouraging in nature. Counseling is a two-way exchange, enabling client to explore problem, understand problem, and resolve problem. Come to it has a facilitative in nature. Right, guys? So the two short topics I have today, I have discussed. One is a guidance and one is a counseling. Okay. What are the approaches of a counseling and other topics, guidance services, okay, counseling services, which we have to discuss. So in the next class, we will finish about this topic. Right, guys? Thank you so much.